Now, before you panic, DM automation is itself not banned, but using it incorrectly can make Instagram see you spammy. In the last few days, a lot of my creator friends' Instagram accounts got banned, restricted, or flagged. And the scary part, most of them didn't even break a single community guide. By the way, now you can use Spotlight feature by appopener.com to publicize your videos and increase engagement because it is watched by millions of users daily for just 20,000 rupees. Check it out now and let me know what do you think about this feature. Today I will explain why accounts are getting flagged, what is Meta API, how DM automation works behind the scene, official versus unofficial automation tools, and mistakes that trigger spam signals, and the safest ways to automate DMs. So let's start from the basics. Now, what is an API? Imagine Instagram is a huge building and you cannot just walk into the server and access everything. Instead, Instagram provides a reception desk where you can solve all your queries. That reception desk is basically called as API. And API stands for Application Programming Interface. So it acts as a bridge between Instagram and other softwares. When an automation tools wants to send you a DM, it doesn't directly touch Instagram's database. It sends a request through Instagram's APIs. Then Instagram checks if this tool is allowed, if this action is allowed, and if this account is eligible, and the rate limits, the trigger word limits, etc. If everything is okay, Instagram performs the action, and that's how legitimate automation works in general. Now, let's say someone comments guide or link word on your reel. Instagram detects this comment and your automation software receives the event registered through Meta's API. Then the software checks the automation rules. If it sends a DM according to the workflow you created. Meta created its API just to use automation for businesses and service automation work. For example, customer support, lead generation, appointment booking, etc. Without APIs, managing thousands of messages manually would be impossible. So Meta actually encourages using DM automations, but only if it follows their rules. Now, if we talk about official versus unofficial automation tools, this is where most people get into trouble. Official tools uses Meta's API, and you need to check that they are not only Meta verified but also official Meta partners. So you can use third-party tools which are official Meta partners, or you can use Meta Business Suite itself to set up the automation. Here, Meta can monitor number of messages, speed of messaging, trigger frequency, daily limits, and user interactions, so that to check it is not bot-like or spammy. Some other third-party tools, unofficial third-party tools, attempt to bypass Meta system, and instead of using official APIs, they imitate human actions or use unauthorized methods. For example, sometimes they will log in on your behalf and then do bot automation from their side, which is definitely against the Meta's rules. Some triggers include sending messages too fast, ignoring limits, and creating unnatural messaging frequency. So this significantly increases the risk. Now, if we talk about biggest automation mistakes, so the first one is sending the same message to everyone. Imagine just receiving here is your link over and over thousands of times. That's exactly what many creators do. So Instagram can identify repetitive pattern, instead create multiple message variations for the welcome message or the direct comment to DM messages. Now dropping, the second mistake is dropping the link immediately. Whenever you are using comment to DM, you first have to go with the conversational flow. Like whenever someone makes a comment on your video, you can't send the link directly to them. First you need to ask them if they are ready for getting the link, and then you will send it. So that is a more safer way to not make it look like a bot. So instead of using generic keywords, use unique keywords to improve tracking and reducing overlap. Then mistake 4 is too many messages too fast. Speed matters here a lot. Sending hundreds of DM in a short period can trigger spam signals. So the better way is to have natural engagement patterns slowly, and the building up of it to make it more natural. The main goal is to not make it like a robotic conversation. And honestly, people can tell when you are talking to a bot or you are talking to a human. So can Meta. So if every conversation follows the exact same path, it becomes easier to detect automation patterns. So the key is to use multiple replies, different greetings, follow-up questions, and branching workflows. Now, if you ask me what is Meta exactly looking for, Meta wants to protect users from spam, scams, phishing, and bot attacks, etc. Especially when it's 2026. That's why they monitor message volume, repetition, user complaints, and account trust signals. The goal isn't to punish creators, or it's not to dominate the creators, but the goal is to prevent abuse. So I mainly have 5 recommendations that you can use in your videos to set up automation safely. You can use link in bio or QR codes like this to redirect audience directly. Second one is you can use Meta Business Suite or official Meta partner tools. And Meta Business Suite is automation is directly provided by Meta, so you don't have any risk of a third party tool as well. Then if you want to use third party tools, use Meta partner tools and not only Meta verified tools. Use 2 or 3 step conversations and avoid sending links immediately. Create multiple comment variations to reply, like at least 3 variations to reply to each comment. Then use niche specific keywords instead of generic keywords like link guide, etc. Your automation shouldn't behave like a spam or a bot. That is the main goal. It should behave like a real conversation, follow official APIs, and respect limits and prioritize user experience. Then you are good to go, I guess. In my perspective, I think using Meta Business Suite itself for setting up the automation is the best option. And the second best option is using third party tools, which are Meta partners as well. And yeah, in my case, I'm using both of them actually. And also try not to have automation in all the videos. Like if a video is getting less comments, then you can just do it manually. Or in like in one of my video, I got like 120K views, and there were more than 2000 comments, I guess 2000 or 4000. So anyone can easily do a DDoS bot attack on the comments, or something like that, so I was actually thinking that this thing is a bit risky, but yeah, because it's uncontrollable for the comment. Like it's uncontrollable to control the comment in terms of volume. So I was thinking about it, but then I think, yeah, taking a few safety measures can help you blow up your videos, or I will say like reach the correct target audience. So yeah, don't stop using them, but use it correctly. And in the next few videos, I'm planning to make a whole series of my experience of college, tech, business, startup, content, and everything. It's just that I'm not getting time. But yes, definitely for the next few months, just get ready, and you will be amazed to see the type of content that I am making. Yeah, this is it for the video, and thanks for watching. Hope this will help.